Good morning. Good morning. I am here. Apologies for coming in late. There was a problem with the laptop and also with the internet, but here we are. We are on every day, Monday to Friday, despite all these noises that are going on. So I just say rise and shine. So today's topic, without going any further, those ones that are joining us for the very first time, I am Dr. Sunshine Sylvia, just bringing you cocktail chats on every Tuesday. So it's a great day despite the challenges we're having. And I know you want to save your battery, but I'm glad you have joined in. Tag someone, share with your teams so we can dive and drive together on this journey of embracing the power of change. The topic for today is embracing the power of change. What changes are you embracing? What changes are you embracing? So as we explore the transformation power of change in times of adversity, the greatest opportunities for growth often arise. Well, we'll share some stories of how to adapt, innovative, and uncovering hidden possibilities even under this massive change. So how are we going to unlock your resilience? Can we have some comments there? Are you here? Where are you joining us from? Let me just check who is here. Are we having a great time? Are we having, have we woken up? It's a sunshine day, so just say, hello, hello, I am ready to drive. I am ready, I am here. And I'm going to share the small challenges that we are having, or those huge challenges. So you're unlocking your resilience and discover how to thrive amidst life's challenges. This interactive session will leave you empowered to embrace change and reach new heights, knowing that you are not alone in this time. It's all of us are having the same challenges, so we are not alone, and we're just good that we are here. So even in these challenges, also the gender issue arises. How does it arise? We can be able to ask, because change is affecting us differently. And we say, how is it affecting our gender? So the power issue is, how is it affecting the men? It's affecting the men differently. It is affecting women differently. And it is also affecting the youth differently. Even in the youth, the boys are affected differently from the girls. So these are some of the things that we need to embrace to change. We need to embrace the change that is happening around us. We should take into consideration of how the change is affecting gender. We must look out for signs of despair that may lead to uncomfortable conditions, because we are all very, very different. We have to use our emotional intelligence to see how is this thing affecting us, so we can be able to support one another. It's a big change to some it's a small change, and to some it's unbearable change. So this is why we really have to pay attention to what is happening in our lives. So in embracing the power of change, what changes are you embracing? We can start sharing. What are your people saying in your home, your neighbors, your workmates? I was hearing one of my team members that, oh my goodness, you go home, there's no power. You leave home, there's no power. So this thing is just happening so much. So let's go. Before I share the way I am embracing my changes, what changes are you embracing? Let me see those changes. And if you cannot type now, when you come to actually watch this this video, you should be able to actually just write some of the changes that are happening. I know most of you, maybe you haven't had power for a while, and so you're not even able to join the call. But when you come to watch this video, please write those changes that are affecting you, so that together we can find some solutions. And we can maybe you just need to talk to someone, and we can be able to move forward. So you can be able to share the link to someone struggling with change and those with ideas of making change happen. You can also follow us on our social media channels. we are always speaking the activities of how to effect the changes in the 6 areas of life, how we are affecting the changes in the 6 areas of life. You can join us by booking your space at the SBM Training and Consulting Institute. It's a TEBET institution with approved skills, approved curricula in skills award in mindset change. So you can also visit our website on www.sbmcorporateservices.com so that you can share your story. You can also email us on info@sbmcorporateservices.com, or you can simply contact us on our mobile 09755 or on 0955773768. And we can just be that people that are really embracing the changes that we can make. And we can share those stories and we can share them to the other people. Maybe you have a solution. Maybe your sharing will provide a solution for someone. Like we've been seeing all these battery irons. You can share how you just ironing your clothes. You can share how you're cooking. You can share just how these things are happening. So here are some of the stories of how to embrace the changes in the environment we are living in and also around our homes due to the ongoing power outages. And this is a family and home spoke of the wheel of life, and also financial and career spoke of the wheel of life. We were chatting with my team members about the challenges of at personal level. Then I said, now imagine, at personal level, we think that it's not happening. This is just so bad what is happening, but we're really just forgetting on how we can actually improve on something that are there. So I was saying, now imagine the employer who has to worry about their own misery and also worry about how to make the company stay afloat. These are some of the things where we do not have a choice but to embrace and find innovating ideas of how we can embrace the changes. So embracing change in challenging times, we have no choice because change is calling. Every single day, when they tell us that power is going to be here in 3 hours in a day, we don't even know when that power is coming. So we can't even plan about that 3 hours that is going to come. So we really have to be relentless. We really have to be that person that is really paying attention to what it is. So nowadays, we are there with the relentless hum of generators, which has become the new soundtrack to our days and nights, a constant reminder of the energy crisis gripping our community. With just 2 hours of unreliable power per day and stretches of complete blackouts lasting up to 3-4 days in some cases, it is easy to feel overwhelmed and also disheartening, so that, these things that are really happening around us, it is something that we can't even measure. Some of us, it's lucky, like, for me who doesn't go to the salon, at least I don't have to experience that. But you can imagine people who have to do their hair, people who have to keep, doing something that needs electricity. And this electricity, which has got power gadgets, which you can't just power. So this is why we are saying these generators and this, also there's now that this pollution. My sister was telling me how she went to a mall, these small malls that are around, the compounds, and there were generators and there was no outlet for proper air. And you can imagine just the noise of the genset and the heat and everything that is coming on is just so unbearable. But we have to not really lament the loss of familiar routines, the inconvenience of flipping a switch to light a room, the ability to work uninterrupted on the laptop, the comforts of our air conditioning, the stifling heat, relaxing to watch the family soaps, Zuba and Impali. And just yesterday, the other day, I was in shock. Actually, when we sorted out the power issue of the inverter, and I said, oh, it's a Sunday, let me do catch up. wanted to do catch up on the Zuba and the party, just as a family and home activity. And my husband just says, "Oh, I did not pay for the DSTV." I said, "Oh, wow." But since the tempers are high, I just left it and said, "Oh, okay, maybe it's something that can be dealt. It's not a luxury anymore. It's not something that we should even argue about." It was just common sense that if you don't have power for 17 hours, why do you need to pay DSTV? But also we are forgetting that if we don't pay that DSTV, it means they'll be out of business. So how are we going to manage this? Is what is the struggle. And since tempers are high, it is better to just take one day at a time, because we have to accept the changes that are happening in our lives. It is a struggle to adapt, to find new ways of living and functioning in in our own way of doing things. So to embrace, to adapt, to find new ways of living and functioning in this unpredictable and new reality. But as the days goes by, I realized that dwelling on what is being lost would only breed frustration and despair. Instead, I needed to shift my mindset to see this as an opportunity to embrace change and rediscover the simpler measures in life. So I began to experiment, to find creative solutions that would allow me to thrive even in the face of unbearable power. So it can also be you doing that. So I invested in solar powered lamps, which when you're at the feeding station, they interest you to really have these solar things. So I also switch it on if there is no power. That I've got the power there with the inverter, with the light. So if there's no that light, which is plugged in the laptop, I can also switch on this, to share that these things are happening. So it's even better that I have put it on. So these are some of the things that to be embraced. So, and also battery packs, ensuring I could still work and entertain my family during the blackouts. Some of you have rediscovered the joys of cooking over an open fire, filling your home with the aroma of hearty, slowly simmering, meals on that charcoal brazier or on other means of where you found. Luckily, have had the experiences of gas cooking over the years. So living in Makeni, in rain season, we just made it a must to have a gas stove. But I have rediscovered the bathing in a bucket. You remember those school days, the days of boarding school, where you can actually bath water in a small a container. You can bath one soap, one water, and you are done. So I've rediscovered that, and I'm using that. I'm also using, in the evening, I use the bucket. In the afternoon, when I'm in the morning, I use the water in the flask. So the water that remained when we were retiring, put water in the flask. So in the morning, I use that water to share also with my hubby in the morning and bath. So the luxury of full bathtub in the evening is history for now, as the 2 hours cannot really hit for a full bath in a large bathtub. I was also laughing that the next time that my grandchildren come through, the joy of fighting for my, bathroom will not be there. The normal bathtub will do for them, because definitely that is what is going to, to manage. It's going to be okay. They are not going to say, "Oh, we want to make a bath in grandma's bathtub." It's not necessary, because it's a change that we have to accept. Air conditioning, I have learned to just appreciate the natural breeze that cools the house. Open the windows in the morning and just encourage, my family to spend more time outside. And we actually even discovered, spaces where even when it's hot, we've got the passageway which brings in a breeze, and so we've actually gone that way. Exploring the transformed landscape, around us. We have been discovering where the shade is, and where the sun, where even to take pictures. What is it that we're doing so that we can just embrace that atmosphere out there, despite the challenges that we are facing? So, what changes are you making? I have seen the natural meat preservation. The other day, these WhatsApp messages that go around. I saw somebody saying, "Oh, I had meat in the fridge, so instead of it going bad, we have actually now put it outside, and we are making biltong, and we're having snacky with the meat that was going to rot if we didn't have that mindset of actually just preserving, the meat." So all we need is to embrace change and start to speak positively into others, turning a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Because once we do that, we are going to really have things happening. So some of the real changes that we're experiencing, that every day we are actually seeing these changes. For example, the river Zambezi. Once a raging flow on uncontrolled water streaming into the mighty Victoria Falls, now totally dry. You can walk right across to the other side into Zimbabwe. And we're seeing this on social media. So I just pick the things that are actually happening that we can use from a negative mindset to a growth mindset, so that we can just be in this new environment that can help us to drive, a positive mindset. So I was saying, with a growth mindset, the same message that is so negative about the misery or the doom that the dryness of the Zambezi River is bringing, we can simply say, the Zambezi River is offering a new adventure, the chance to walk across its dry, cracked bed and discover hidden gems along the banks provides a great adventure to local and foreign tourists. And we can even add, it won't be long, as the rain season is just around the corner. In 2 months' time, it will come, and we will not be able to walk across. So this is now the time for you to come and see this marvel of you actually walking across the Zambezi, and on that bed, which actually is so scary. You can't even if with a life jacket, you can't actually swim across the Zambezi, but you've got an opportunity to walk across the Zambezi to the next destination. So if it really is this is really a better way of sharing negative information, as opposed to sharing in all networks a miserable dry video expressing doom for Zambia and putting hands up in misery. Oh, this is it. Zambia is doomed. We can change it and say, this is something that we can do. You can go there. You can actually walk from the Zambezi. You can actually go and sit at the edge of the Victoria Falls, and you can take those lovely pictures of the stones that make the falls fall rapidly and make that curtain. The curtain is not there anymore, but it is going to come. It's just a matter of time, but it gives us an opportunity to do things differently and express happiness about this experience that one is experiencing. It's just promoting tourism, and you can be happy and you can get something out of what's going on right there. So you can be able to listen to this story. As I let go of my need for constant reliable power, I found myself becoming more attuned to the rhythms of natural world. I watched the sunset paint the sky in vibrant tones, marveling at the beauty of a world not constantly illuminated by electric lights. Wow. I said, oh, this is so great. When I was preparing this, I listened to the chorus of crickets and birds, a soothing, soundtrack that had been drowned out by the barrels of machinery. This, like I was sharing about every day, you can't even speak to someone on the phone. It's too noisy here where I am, because there's a generator noise, there's this, there's what is happening, and things like that. So we can change these stories into the stories that we need to be having, because really a change is in the mind, and we can place the good things that are happening today, to something that we can rely on, something that, I always believe that the things that you cannot be able to change, leave them alone. The things that you are able to change, go ahead and do it. Be part of the change that you really want to see, so that this world can become a better place to live in. So what is your own story of the changes you are embracing? What is the story of the changes that you are embracing? You can type them there. You can share to someone. You'll be one of the people that are really making things happen around us. So in embracing these changes, I discovered a newfound sense of resilience, adaptability, and appreciation for the simple pleasures in life. The simple pleasures in life. These simple pleasures in life are really something that we must take and we must do, because it is simple. I discovered a newfound sense of resilience, adaptability, and appreciation for the simple pleasures in life. The power outages, as inconvenient as they are, has become an opportunity to reconnect with the community. Like tomorrow, we are going to, to have the community, because we said, who is our counselor in this area? What is it that we can be able to do together? So it has shifted, my mindset. I am now going out to the community to go and participate, in the what the city, what our area councillor is doing to sensitize people, the alternatives that are there to remain calm. So tomorrow, or is it today? Yeah, we're joining them and just being part of my community. So to slow down, sometimes just telling us to slow down and to find joy in the unexpected. By shifting my mindset, I have not only withered the storm, but emerged with a deep understanding of what truly matters. What is it that truly matters? Which is, I am alive and I can do many things despite the power outages. So I just urge you also there out there that be able to make sure that, probably as our course says, when you are managing the 6 areas of life, you are in the middle here, managing your time in the 24 hours. And these 24 hours, you have to be able to do some family and home. You have to be able to do mental and education, financial and career. You have to do some physical and health. You have to, to share your time with spiritual and ethical behavior. You have to share your time with social and cultural. So I just urge you that today, as you go out there, make sure that one of your 4 imperative things is to accept change and do the changes that you can, so that you can be able to be normal and thinking positively, shifting, a negative thoughts to positive thoughts. And this is going to actually make you look forward to meeting someone to share some of the positive things that is happening in your life. Make sure that you make one of your important things to manage your family, to manage the stress, to manage people, by finding extracurricular that you'll be able to do when there is no power. Those things that you neglect. Maybe you need to sew buttons on your shirt, on your or whatever. Just do something that is going to make you feel normal, so that you don't just throw yourself, your laptop is off, your phone is off. Do something. Do some gardening, even though maybe the gardening is not the best thing, because probably you won't have water to water the garden, but you can do something. You can, take dry grass out of your grass, your surrounding. Just do something and just make someone feel good. Pick up the call and make someone feel good. Visit someone and make someone feel good, because once we are making some people feel good, it's starting with yourself, because you can't give what you don't have. So we have to be really, really careful of making sure that we can be able to get something which we can actually give out to make other people happy. So as I sign off this morning, I just wish you a growth mindset, to be happy, and to just enjoy the little happiness that you're having today. Since we started 5 minutes later, I am signing off to leave you the 5 minutes because we have said we have to be on time, and I teach time management and how you just can be effective, efficient, and have that personal time allocated to the 6 areas of life and really managing a nurturing relationship. So thank you so much. Have a great time and see you tomorrow with another episode on the free Mentorship Academy for those that are selling their products and services. So thank you so much for today.